from me if you do. You're so much taller than me today. So what are we doing keys to the game right now, or what are we doing?
It's a good question.
I guess we'll see.
I guess we'll just roll it. Okay,
cool.
Awesome. Good to hear you, Vince.
So this is live, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. Scott and I call these Skiza-Pleezas, so I'm going to call it that.
Skiza-Pleeza?
That's what we call our Skiza games, so okay. I'm going to refer to it as such.
Okay.
Just so I don't get you off guard. Down, down, down. Shoot, I really need to get into the girls' game.
Better.
Hey, Max. Max. When you get a second, can you run over to the scores table and get the varsity girls' head final score?
Closer.
It's at that table straight ahead. Thank you. They'll have it. Ask them for the final score.
Come on. Hey, jump in. Jump in. Ooh, that's been a bad day.
Got to keep you on your toes over here.
All right, a sweet yelling.
Gosh, thank you.
Players to watch after. Okay, it's perfect. Nice. So, Nat, I'll go. Okay. All right, so, Nat. In 30 seconds. Okay, perfect. All right, so we'll go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. It's high school hoops driven by Cruz Chevrolet here in the Low Country. It's a little skis action with some crosstown rivals. It's the Pinewood Prep Panthers playing host to First Baptist High School Hurricanes. Natalie, joined courtside with you this evening. A really important ball game to both of these teams. But, exciting match with two legendary coaches.
Yeah, perfect.
And then you can talk about the coaches, kick back to me, and go. Okay, awesome, sounds good. We go coaches first.
This is My TV Charleston's High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to My TV Charleston's High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Jack DeLongchamp sitting courtside with Natalie Spalla. It's the Pinewood Prep Panthers playing host to the First Baptist Hurricanes. Natalie, we got a really exciting crosstown rivalry tonight. Two legendary coaches in the area. Really excited to see what they got for us here on Friday night.
Exactly, and it's Skiza-Pleeza week. You got to give love to the Skiza schools for sure. And yeah, Jack, you said it perfectly. Two legendary coaches synonymous with high school basketball. We got them right there in front of us. We got Pat Edson, and then we've got Anton Saunders. Two guys that know how to coach this game, Jack.
Absolutely. You're talking about over 900 career wins for the hometown hero, Coach Pat Edson. Natalie, you think about the matchup, First Baptist coming in with a lot of firepower, Pinewood with a lot of size. What do you think these coaches talk their guys up in with this week, with a big-time matchup looting, Friday night game? What do you think that they talked about this week? What's going to bring home a W?
You know, both of these teams, they're on winning trajectories. Both of these teams well above 500. They know how to win, and they've got coaches, of course, that have taught them exactly how to do that. And they're also two coaches that they tell us this is kind of uncharted territory for both of them. Both kind of deal with teams that have different identities from the teams that they were assigned and really their guys this year. So they had to make some adjustments that they're on kind of unknown about.
Absolutely. And you know what's not unknown is this First Baptist team. They've got star power riddled throughout this lineup. Coach Saunders has got a very veteran backcourt. We're going to talk about Maddie Ford and what he's bringing to the table tonight. But Natalie, what's it going to take for both these teams to find a win tonight?
Yeah, for First Baptist, you got to play above the rim and pressure full court, and that is something that is somewhat of their bread and butter. This is a team that wants to really drive the tempo. They want to be in your face. They want to make you uncomfortable. That is going to probably be something we're going to see from the very tip, Jack. And then over at Pinewood, they are going to have to kind of react to that pace. They know First Baptist is going to get after them, but they need to take a second, kind of relax and play their game. They're also going to need to knock down shots. This is a Pinewood team that they're not full of three-point shooters, but teams like they used to be in the past. This is a team that needs to slow the ball down. They work their post players very well. Those are their guys that they're going to get their points from. So when they have those shots available, they're going to need to knock them down.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, Natalie, especially when you look at Pinewood in the past. You know, Coach Itson has talked about in the past, this is a team that usually averages 68 to 70 points a game. It's a team that loves to shoot down and knock down the long ball. A team that this year, it's a lot of size down low. Look for them to go inside and out tonight, whereas on the other side, First Baptist, they want to pressure you up full court down. There's a lot of athletes. Cooper Kowalski, one of the biggest high flyers in the low country. This guy can dunk from all over the floor. I'm really excited to see him take off tonight, Natalie.
Yeah, there's so many guys. We're going to be saying a lot of guys' names here because both of them play 7, 8, 9, 10. I know Anton Saunders, he says he gets 11 in some days. And he says this media game might actually help them out a little bit because you get more media timeouts. You get guys opportunities to kind of catch their breath and relax a little bit. But prepare for us to really dive into all of their rosters all the way from top to bottom. We're excited.
Absolutely. You mentioned, you see some of the veterans for Pinewood's team. Thomas Robertson's going to be a guy, as you see him as the team captain there, checking in. It's a big body, 6'6", 230, Natalie. He's a really skilled player. We've been informed. All academic guy. He's going on a full ride to Vanderbilt next year. So not only can he do it on the floor, he can do it in the classroom as well. Can the height and size cause a bit of a mismatch for First Baptist in that half-court set tonight? That's what I think we're going to have our eyes on tonight.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a defensive matchup as well. Anton Saunders says, you know, this is a place you're going to have to fight from start to finish. They've got a big crowd in here. It's one of the smaller gyms in the low country, so you know that noise kind of stays all around you at all time. We got the student section. They're loud and proud, and it's going to be a good one. We've got all the fixings of this one being a ball game, Jack.
Absolutely. You mentioned the small gym. It's also named after head coach, legendary Coach Pat Hitson. But as we're getting this thing rolling with just 2 left to play, Nellie, why don't we talk about our players to watch tonight? I know we mentioned them a little bit early, but let's start on that First Baptist side. I mean, it's all going to be about Maddie Ford all night long.
Yeah, this is a guy, as he goes, his team goes. Number 4 there, a 4-year starter, shooter, a top-notch defender. This guy does it all. He's a guy that has a lot of flair to his play. He's just overall a fun player to watch. And then over there on Pinewood Prep, you already said his name, Jack, Thomas Robertson, the 6'6", 230-pound senior guy. He's their big man, and they really go through him. Averages 14.2 points per game. He's the guy they work their offense around, so expect big things from him today.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the 14 from Thomas Robertson. It's the 9 rebounds a game that I'm going to keep my eye on because I know that the likes of Cooper Kowalski, you're going to see a lot of guys like Jaden Morrison. There's a lot of long bodies for First Baptist. They're going to look to keep those guys off the glass. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's First Baptist. It's Pinewood Prep as we're going to take our final break before we tip off here in the Low Country, driven by Cruz Chevrolet.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, I would ask you to please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's boys varsity basketball matchup, featuring the Hurricanes of First Baptist and your own Pinewood Prep.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in here at Pinewood Prep. It's my TV Charleston's Game of the Week High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Jack Orange shall sing courtside with Natalie Smaller. So we take a look in at First Baptist head coach Antoine Saunders. He's getting his guys ready to take a look at the First Baptist lineup. It's the big fella, number 2, Cooper Kowalski. The senior, Del Fishburne, playing the backcourt there with number 4, Maddie Ford. We mentioned him. And it's number 5, Jaden Morrison, rounding out the lineup for the Hurricanes, number 15, Tay Robinson. Keep an eye on Robinson. He can really shoot it from the outside. Now, take a look at the guy. Just eclipsed 900 wins in his career at Pinewood Prep. That's head coach Pat Idson, the legendary head coach here in the Low Country, as he gets his guys rolling for tonight. As we're going to go ahead and take a look in, you can see they're fired up about it. We're fired up about it. It's Pinewood's starting lineup. Starting at guard, number 4, Johnny Jacobs. He's a senior. Number 10, he's going to be their knockdown shooter tonight, Michael Jones. Number 11, Troy Danridge. He's also a senior. Number 30, Z Heath, a junior. And then rounding out the lineup for the Panthers, that's number 32, Thomas Robinson. Natalie, we have the spotlight on him. It's on him for a reason. Averaging 14-9. The big fella's going to have a big night to get a big-time upset.
Yeah, they go through him. We mentioned it, so you see him there coming off the bench. He certainly stands out along this Pinewood Prep bench. And, you know, I'm excited for this matchup, Jack.
I mean, come on, look at this place. It's buzzing. You mentioned it's a little bit of a smaller gym, but Coach Pat Idson's done an incredible job of building a culture here in the Low Country that's got this place fired up. And this is a big-time matchup. They've had this one circled on their schedule. They knew that the athleticism First Baptist is going to bring in. They know they got to play their A game, and I expect to see that from a really well-coached ball club tonight.
Yeah, 2 very different teams with 2 very different styles of play. It'll be interesting to see how they respond to one another.
Absolutely. You just see the tip won by the big fella, Cooper Kowalski. And there he is, guys. That's number 4, Maddie Ford. He's going to have the rock in his hands quite a bit tonight. See Dove Fishburne playing a little high-low game. Coming off the dribble. Maddie Ford from the top of the key to set the tone.
Woo.
Yep. Early and often from the top of the key. That's a tray ball for number 4, Maddie Ford.
Yeah, he sure does set that tone. Early and often, that one. And you see him right here laying his body on the line defensively, too. This is a guy that doesn't quit.
Yeah, and it's not an accident that he's receiving a lot of attention at the next level. An offer from Marshall, an offer from other schools in the Low Country, especially in the South Carolina area. It'd be a treat to be able to keep this kid in state, because, boy, can he play. How about Dove Fishburne? Up to the senior, Jaden Morrison. But blocked. Blocked away. How about that? Johnny Jacobs, the senior. That's a big-time block to set the tone. Little backdoor game. Nice pass from Jacobs. Unable to find Troy Dandridge's. First Baptist is on the run again. Fishburne with a nice head fake. Cross court, Tay Robinson. We told you he could shoot it. He displays it there. 6 early. First Baptist.
And that's just pretty ball movement. They're working the ball both sides of the court, working it inside, working it outside. First Baptist right now setting that tone with their fast style of play.
Absolutely. Looking to combat a 3 for his own. There he is, the junior, Michael Jones. Jones averaging 14.2 points a game. Natalie, our favorite homework stat that we found this week. Thomas Robinson, Michael Jones, both averaging 14.2. Both came into this game with 388 points exactly. A little healthy competition between the 2 young men for Pinewood. Pinewood looking to slow it down, a half-court set. Jacobs drives, can't find it. Kowalski the rebound, and it's going to be Maddie Ford in transition again. How about he finds the wide-open Dove Fishburne? The 3, nice. The pass may be better. Sweet find, but Dove Fishburne, an electric backcourt. That's 3 early threes from First Baptist.
And I'd look to see Pinewood make some adjustments here clearly. First Baptist being a problem outside on that 3-point line right now. Let's see if we can, maybe a little bit of an answer here.
Oh, I love it. It's Michael Jones with the offensive rebound. He's going to get hit with the foul, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at the David Ayler replay here now. What you got for me?
And what a beautiful pass by Maddie Ford. Of course, driving on that left side, looks all the way across the court to find his friend in the corner, and his friend knocking down that shot.
Absolutely. Doug Fishburne's a guy, because so much attention's placed on Maddie Ford. Doug Fishburne has been able to alleviate a lot of the attention with his ability to score. Averaging 7 a night. He's a really nice player, but God, Maddie Ford. Everyone's playing checkers. He's playing chess. A really nice find on the inside. It's going to send Cooper Kowalski to the free throw line. You see these free throws brought to you by Will Lou Gray Opportunity School, a rich tradition of individualized learning, as Cooper Kowalski is able to knock down the first from the charity stripe. You can see here Kowalski stands at 6'7". But what touch on the inside. We mentioned his ability to get up off the ground and slam the ball home. That's going to be really what catches your eyes. He's going to try to put somebody on a poster. And I promise you that, Madeline. But his touch for such a big young man is so impressive at his age. How about the corner three? Jones unable to knock it down. Possession's going to remain with Pinewood. See Coach Hitson there, sure to have a nice inbounds play here to try to cut the lead in half. Jacobs, a little inside-out game with the big guy, Robertson. It's been a lot of Michael Jones for Pinewood early. Now you look to see him a lot after. Is Maddie Ford runs in him pretty good, but it's been a lot of Michael Jones early offensively for Pinewood.
Nice board right there by Thomas Robinson, and that's really what they're going to need to do, Jack. First Baptist, a great defensive team. They're going to get out. They're not going to allow a lot of those three-point shots, but that's okay when you're Pinewood, because your game is getting it into guys like this, Thomas Robertson.
Absolutely. Talk about a guy with really nice touch. He's able to get the first of the Will Lou Gray free throws knocked down. Coach Saunders maybe waving it off, but I got to imagine, Natalie, with such a big guy, Cooper Kowalski, a really athletic big on the other side, maybe going to Robertson early, trying to draw him into foul trouble as Kowalski picks up his first there.
Yeah, no, I agree. We're going to have to see how he handles this because, yeah, Cooper Kowalski, he might be a little, I don't know, definitely, Thomas Robertson's got a little bit more size on him, but Cooper's already working hard down there in the post.
Absolutely. I think we're going to have him stepping out of bounds there with just 4:38. First Baptist with 11-5 lead. Pinewood, you can see when the game slows down now, that really bodes in their favor.
I think so too. They're able to kind of get everyone involved on the play, move that ball around left side, right side, little skip passes. Ooh, dangerous there when you got Maddie Ford playing defense, of course. But these guys, they want to get everyone involved and they want to slow down that game. That is what's gotten them to this point. It's what's gotten them to 19-8 right now on the season, is kind of slowing down.
Absolutely. You see Z Heath there. Another nice find down low. Big fella to big fella. It's going to be Robertson right underneath the basket. Kowalski can really jump, and Robertson can utilize the big body to get back down in a really nice position. He's got 4 early. Look for them to keep going to the big guy. Those points in the break brought to you by West Shore Home. West Shore Home, America's most admired remodeling brand. You can see possession with Pinewood. A little bit of a zone there, gave him some problems there, Nat.
I think so, too. Let's go ahead and look at this play, though. Nice ball movement on the inside, and nice patience, too, by the big fella. Get Kowalski up on his feet before you lay it in. Absolutely.
You can see there a couple big-time passes from the big fellas. But, ladies and gentlemen, you knew it was going to be a good one. First Baptist 11, Pinewood 7, as we're going to take our first break of the evening.
I need a second to learn these players. Now you're feeling yourself, feeling frisky over here, Jack.
Hey, Vince, are we going to come out with this open shot of Coach Edson? Because I got something for that if you guys want to Yeah, let's do that. That's perfect. I got a good little tidbit for it. Perfect. I'll set you up here. I'll talk about the wins, how many he's away, and then you can hit him with that quote that he gave us about, hey, I've got my youngest in the 8th grade. I'll see him through, and then 1,000 wins.
Right off into the sunset.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my TV Charleston's High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. First Baptist got out to an early jump, but it didn't matter. Coach Hitson's got his guys ready for this one. You're looking at the legendary Coach Pat Hitson. It's his 34th year here at Pinewood Prep. He eclipsed his 900th win. And Natalie, he let us know, 943 is the record here in the state of South Carolina. And don't let Jim fool you. He knows it's in sight.
Yeah, he is well aware, and what he really has his eyes on is the fact that he's got 2 of his grandsons on this team. He's doing a little math for us. He said, look, my youngest grandson is currently in the 8th grade, so 5 years left with him here, and it's looking like he can eclipse that state record of 943. There we go. We got there somewhere. But he said after that, we asked him what's next. I mean, how much more could you do? He's like, after that, I think I'll just ride off into the sunset.
How about that? Really nice in and out pass from the big fella, Thomas Robertson. But Natalie, 943 within reach the next couple of years. His youngest grandson, an 8th grader on this team, 6'5", really big build, comes from obviously an incredible family legacy. But 1,000's right around the corner.
I was going to say.
He says he's got that in sight. With his youngest in the 8th grade, if he can hit 1,000 in the next 5-6 years, he understands that's very reasonable. But, wow, that's going on. How about a nice little offensive rebound? Number 22, Matt Powers.
Ooh.
Kowalski up and under. That play doesn't happen if not for the unreal rebound from Matt Powers. Jaden Morrison's able to get a nice dish as Kowalski's going to head back to the line for the second time this evening.
Yeah, this is just a teamwork play. Nice little acrobatics right there from Fishburne, able to get it to his guy, and we'll see if Kowalski can cash in on the free throw line.
Absolutely. He's able to knock down the first of the Will Lou Gray opportunity school free throws. See Coach Antoine Saunders, a legend in himself, has been at First Baptist the last 4 years, and last year, Natalie, just 1 game away from winning that SCISA 3A championship. He talked to us what it's going to take for his team this year to get over the hill and win that state championship.
Yeah, and really the key to getting to that game is getting through region play. He says this is their first year, the first year of SCISA 4A. They're now in there with Porter Goud, Northwood, and Pinewood. And he says if he can survive the region, then usually it's a pretty safe walk up to that state championship game. So these guys are battle tested. They've got to be in this region.
Absolutely. And he had mentioned, too, to have a lot of the same guys back from last year's team, you return the same backcourt in Fishburne and Maddie Ford. But Cooper Kowalski transferred from Stratford High School was a huge piece. But more importantly, he mentioned, is Maddie Ford, a nice turnaround jumper as that ball's going to be deflected out of bounds. He mentioned that last year laid the blueprint in how this team can go and win their own state title. They taught them how to win. With a lot of the same pieces, these guys grew up, and really just a year, God, you can really see the difference as this team's off to a hot 14-3 and 3-0 region start.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to see the value in losing. I mean, of course, you play the game to win, but it's hard to recognize that, yes, journeys that come up just a little bit short, they pave the way for seasons like this. So this is a team, all the aspirations in the world to make it to a state championship, and not only make it, but to bring it home this year.
Absolutely. A really nice pass from Troy Dandridge, and even nicer floater for Michael Jones, just unable to get it to fall. But you can see First Baptist starting to feel himself as they get out into the run. That's another deep three from Maddie Ford.
Yeah, this is a team that just drips with confidence. And how about the Patrick Mahomes throw? Because that set the stage for that pass then to Maddie Ford.
Absolutely. It was about a 35-footer, never a doubt. Right in rhythm, steps in, knocks it down. Let's see if Michael Jones can return the favor. And yes, he can.
Now, Jones has a beautiful, beautiful jump shot.
Yeah, we mentioned it. Jones, a really skilled three-point shooter, averaging 14 a night, 37% from three-point land. It's collegiate-type numbers, really smooth. And you can tell, even in a big-time matchup like this, not afraid of the situation.
I think they heard their head coach telling us, we don't have a bunch of three-point shooters. And they said, Coach, listen up.
Yeah.
We can all shoot the three ball.
I think you're spot on. Michael Jones deflects the pass over our way.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. Again, great ball movement, and Maddie Ford just an even better shooter than that. But then on the other end, Michael Jones says, not so fast. I want the gym behind me this time.
I know. 6'4", 160, Michael Jones, a long, lanky kid, still going to. I just love how physical he plays. You saw early in this first quarter. Oh, sorry, Mike. Gonna have to talk about Maddie Ford again. That's his third three of the evening. That's 9 already for Maddie Ford. 16-10 First Baptist lead. Oh, Maddie Ford from long distance.
He said, that's just too much space for me. I'm a shooter. What are you gonna do? Shooter, shoot that ball.
And you can see here the gym paying homage. Maddie Ford eclipsing a huge high school accolade.
1,000 points for the senior. He was just 8 points away from it. His coach said it was all very possible that he could eclipse that tonight. And, of course, he's doing it, Jack, in the first quarter.
1,000 points in your high school career. What a moment. But, again, look, the kid, he's like, man, I'm here to do bigger and better things. The gym takes a nice moment, especially on the road. How cool of an opportunity for them to take their time and say, congrats, young man, to an unbelievable high school career. But boy, does he have a lot more basketball to play left in his future. So we're going to get a foul. Looks like they're going to have it on, not sure. I think they got it on Troy Dandridge, which would be his second. But they're going to have it on the floor. Nope, they're going to have that on, thought the possession was going the other way. I think they're going to have it on Tay Robinson. That's his second of the evening as we then see number 23, Liam Kay, checking into the ballgame. Excuse me, I can't count. Public school education, folks. 33, not 23. 33, Drew Kuba. That's a big 6'6" body, Drew Kuba. Excuse me. As we see Pinewood heading the other way. Take a good look at number 20 there, the freshman for Pinewood. That's Jonathan Slauson. We've mentioned the basketball family lineage. Slauson brothers, cousins playing at the collegiate and professional level. He's been a stud on the varsity level, averaging 7 points per game for Coach Hitzen this year.
Yeah, he and the other young bloods on the team, these are guys that Coach Hitzen is just so excited about for the future. He knows that his program's in good hands.
Absolutely, as you see there, a little back and forth. It's Ty Washington with a nice full court press on Jonathan Slauson. And wow, they're actually going to get an offensive foul on Slauson. Slauson a little upset along with this crowd, but I think they're going to say he got him with the left elbow trying to seal the defender. And with just 18 to go here in the first quarter, First Baptist going to hold for the last shot. Look to extend it to a double-digit lead is Del Fishburne. Fishburne to Dame Jr., the sophomore. With 6 to go, Fishburne to the top of the key. Pinewood in a little 2-3, down to 1. Fishburne deep, off the back rim. Looked like he buried it. But folks, after the one quarter here, high school hoops driven by Cruz Chevrolet. First Baptist off to a big 19-10 lead, thanks to the help of Mr. Maddie Ford, eclipsing 1,000 career high school points. Congratulations to you, Maddie Ford.
I didn't even know we had a band. He said he was only 8 points away yesterday when we talked to him.
You must have said that when you were just talking to him.
Oh, maybe. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it must have been during, because I didn't even write it down on my notes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my TV Charleston High School Hoops, brought to you by David A. Law Offices, a client-focused and community-driven injury firm. So we're back in. Jack DeLongshaw sitting courtside with Natalie Spauer. Natalie was the raining of 30s from First Baptist, that extending a big 19-10 lead in that first quarter.
Yeah, and we saw Pinewood make some adjustments defensively. Look to that for them to go to that 2-3 more often, make First Baptist earn those points.
Absolutely. You see a long three in the corner from, I believe that's Caleb Washington. Unable to get it go, but Drew Kuba with a rebound, and Maddie Ford feeling spicy with it.
I was
a really
gonna
nice
say,
Euro step, and Kowalski didn't see the pass coming.
I'm more impressed with the football passes, both the passes and then the receivers on the ends of these passes.
Absolutely.
It's pretty impressive.
Of course, man. You see a lot, especially at the skis level, a lot of these guys are two-sport athletes. For example, Jaden Morrison playing a little on-ball defense here. An absolute stellar football recruit. Played quarterback for First Baptist. Looking to play some football at the next level, and he sure as heck will. It's Pinewood, a little sloppy with it. Nice pass on the inside. It's the big fella, Thomas Robinson. He's unable to get it to go, but you can see the footwork there now.
Yes.
A really sweet spin move. Get him in a really nice position there.
Yeah, it's one thing to be a big body down there in the post. It's another to have some skilled footwork, and a guy who we've already been talking about his skills all night long. Add 3 more on that board, Maddie Ford.
Our 4 first half threes pretty good. That's 12 already for Maddie Ford.
You know, as a former player, I'd say it's pretty darn good, Jack.
4 threes for Maddie Ford as Pinewood starting to feel the pressure from the First Baptist.
I mean, you can't say anything more about this. Yeah, you got to get your hand up.
Hand down, man down.
Exactly.
Michael Jones, a lesson he'll learn. Get in good position, but First Baptist is going to make you beat it every time. You can see him having a lot of fun, but we mentioned Maddie Ford. Super shy kid, Coach Saunders told us. But boy, is he really starting to feel himself. He's grown into himself over the last 4 years as a varsity player here at First Baptist. But you can just see the confidence. Coach Saunders said his game really elevated, Natalie, when he started to play off 2 feet. This is a kid that can absolutely dunk and put on a highlight reel. But because of his ability as a point guard to go off of 2 feet, has really elevated his game. You can see the shots there. It's a 3-point shot that you're going to see at the collegiate level, really anywhere in the country. But his ability to go off 2 feet was something that Coach Saunders noted to us. See there, Tay Robinson, skilled shooter himself, kind of able to get it to go. Drew Kuba fighting for the rebound. That possession going to head to Pinewood. Tay Robinson, a big fella as well, the junior, about 6'4", 210, but a really, prototypical almost now. He stretch 4, plays such good roll area basketball for First Baptist. See Troy Dandridge with a nice pass to the big fella. Find Michael Jones on the outside, unable to get it going. It's Maddie Ford with the rebound. A little off balance, they're going to go right back at you. Troy Dandridge. Maddie Ford says, no, sir. I can knock it down. Yeah, I can block it, too. He's doing it all tonight, Natalie.
Yeah, I'm not sure the crowd's too happy about that one, but maybe a little bit of contact. I don't know, but then we got Thomas Robertson with the foul right after that, and I know that's not what you want to see. You don't want to commit fouls 90 feet from your basket.
I think that's just a good old frustration foul. Is Ford able to drive, dish. Come on. He's making it look too easy out there as Jaden Morrison with a really nice floater to finish inside.
Yeah, this is just a team that is just so fun to watch because they can score in really any facet of the game. You got Maddie Ford, who wants to take you one-on-one, but is so selfless and can dish to all of his teammates. And then you got plays like that where guys are getting involved.
And here's his backcourt mate, Del Fishburne, unable to get it to go. It's okay. Tay Robinson with the cleanup duty. He's got 5 already this evening. See Jonathan Slauson bringing the ball up, but those Tay Robinson points brought to you by West Shore Home Points as the big fella Thomas Robinson going to try to find some of his own, but First Baptist there on a double. They're going to get a foul. It'll be interesting to see here now. He's going to be on the floor or on the shot. What you think?
Well, it looks like they're lining up, so, yep, we're seeing Robertson at the free throw line. But you got to imagine that was something that First Baptist had practiced this week, is going in on that double on Thomas Robertson. Anton Saunders, he says, look, I'm not smart enough to know what Pat Idson is going to do over there. He doesn't have a team. He has a program. He says that's so much harder to accomplish. But it's hard to ignore a guy like number 32 out there, so you have to imagine, or at least I'd have to imagine, they spent some time at practice this week doubling down and making sure that guy on top gets down to the post to really commit that double.
Absolutely. Thomas Robertson able to knock down both of those Holy City Heating and Air free throws. We provide solutions for every season. That's 6 for Thomas Robertson, having a really nice evening, but Pinewood so far unable to find an answer. There's the backcourt mate, Del Fishburne, with a 3 of his own. He's got 6 already. It's just coming everywhere for First Baptist right now as they extend the lead 29-12 with just 4.5 to play.
Yeah, the thing with that 2-3 is it only works if you can get out, fully commit to getting out on those shooters. Everyone's got to play their part in a 2-3, and it's extremely hard in some instances, but right now, First Baptist making everything hard for the Panthers.
Absolutely, and the idea is, too, as Taylor Robinson spots up a 30, Robertson with a nice rebound, that you wouldn't shoot about 65% from downtown in that 2-3. You're almost not asking him to give him 3, but it allows you to rebound in a more comfortable way as they're going to go right back down. Jade Morrison with a nice late double. Robinson unable to get it to go, but you're right, now. You saw it again there, that double, showing some problems, but Robertson's still really smooth with that nice jumper.
Yeah, really smooth. It's great to see, and sometimes I want to see him maybe look more, he's going to commit to the basket when he's got the ball in that deep inside the paint. I'd love to see him maybe look to the backcourt, throw it to a shooter maybe that's open. I know we've got some guys out here who have proven to knock down shots. Make First Baptist move inside outside, I think would be a great maybe strategy at this point.
Absolutely. I believe we're going to have that foul on number 22. Is that right? I got 22 on the floor. What do you think, Natalie? We're going to have that foul on Mac Powers. Yep, it's been a lot of that guy. Maddie Ford. Del Fishburne, though, with that 3. A dagger. As First Baptist leads 29-14 with just 4 here to go. By Team Charleston High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet.
Look at you.
It's just Dan, by the way.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I wanted to ask him. Dr. Dan Seaton. Have to set me up so much.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Awesome. That's perfect, Vince. All right, so what we'll do here is welcome back into 2023 My TV Charleston's High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. It's Jack DeLongchamp sitting courtside now. He's fouled. Well, Maddie Ford's lived up to the hype. That's plain to see. He's got 4. That's right, 4 for Mr. 4. 3's already 12 points. But now his ability to distribute has been almost just as impressive.
I was going to say he is a highlight reel, whatever he's doing, whether that is passing, whether that is attacking, whether it is knocking down those several shots we've seen from behind the arc. Just an outstanding guy to watch, Jack.
Coach Saunders said something really interesting to us, Natalie, this week when we got the chance to interview him. He mentioned his entire career, he's played with such skilled players, and he's so selfless that he's always wanted to pass and distribute, as we see 4 out in transition. He's got the ability, though, this year, Coach Saunders mentioned, that sometimes he knows how to turn on that killer instinct. He knows how to turn on that killer mode. As you see him there in that low country crawl space, fast break, low country cross space, building relationships that last. A relationship that's lasted this year has been Maddie Ford and Cooper Kowalski. But we see, Natalie, his ability to pass and transition. Yeah, he could go up and try to dunk on you, but when he's got a guy trailing the floor, he'd rather find his big guy. It's that selflessness that's been so attractive to so many college coaches.
Yeah, and that's really just a coach's dream, is to have a kid that's so selfless, knows how to distribute, but with such a high IQ. And with the quickness that he plays with, it's almost as impressive as his three-point shooting, is that he knows exactly when to take a shot. He knows exactly when to pass the ball. He is always looking for that best-case scenario for his team, and he knows exactly when and where to take it.
Absolutely. Just saw there, Kowalski was able to knock down both of those. Holy City hitting an air free throws, and Pinewood kind of feels like a possession that they need to respond to really start to narrow the gap. See Mike Jones working on the baseline there. He's able to draw the foul. Mike Jones with 6 early points for Pinewood. Majority of the scoring, though, Natalie. Mike Jones has got 6. Thomas Robertson with 8. Those are the only 14 points from Pinewood. You look at this roster here, Natalie. Wow. What an athletic play from Cooper Kowalski on the inbound play.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, actually.
Can we give credit him with a block on an inbound play?
You got to give him something for that one.
Poor Mike Jones is just left standing with the ball. But as you look at Pinewood, who are some guys that, might need to pick up the scoring and help out and alleviate some of the scoring efforts on their end?
I think A.J. Jacobs-Al, he's their point guard. He's the one that really needs to just take control of this team right now, because really, for lack of a better word, they just look uncomfortable. And wow.
Talk about feeling comfortable. Raise the roof, Cooper Kowalski. Go up and get it. Those are the loudest West Shore points in the paint that we might see this year. Thomas Robertson on the other end, but boy, I can't wait to see that thing at the replay, Natalie. Woo! See Johnny Jacobs out there wrapping up Maddie Ford, but let's go ahead and take a look, Natalie. How about the pass to the finish?
What an exciting just sequence of basketball we just saw, and I love the emotion there on Kowalski's face, slamming it home right in front of that student section. The quietest they've been all night, Jack, I'd like to add.
Absolutely. You see some more Holy City hitting the air free throws for Maddie Ford. He's able to knock down the first of the 1-and-1, as that's the 7th team foul for Pinewood. But, just a really sweet finish for Kowalski. We mentioned he's a high flyer. We knew we were going to see that. But Dove Fishburne with an almost perfect pass. Put it right on a tee for him. Fishburne, just as impressive in the backcourt tonight as we're going to get another look at it.
Yeah, I love the penetration. Defense collapse up top. They think he might shoot it. He's always a threat, no matter where he is when he's distributing or passing, but then a beauty of a pass there to Kowalski to finish it.
Absolutely. First Baptist 35, Pinewood 16 as they trail here by 19 points. And Johnny Jacobs is going to travel. It's just not what you want to see here for Pinewood faithful. We mentioned, now you talked about it in the open, how important it was going to be, because First Baptist really does love the pressure of full court. Just might take some time for a younger Pinewood team to allow the moment to sink in and have the game slow down a little bit for them.
Yeah, one of the hardest things in basketball is just maintaining your game, staying with what you do so well. And for Pinewood, that is playing more methodical, playing in sequences, playing in sets, moving the ball inside, outside, getting some action from Thomas Robertson on the inside there. But First Baptist is just making them play a different style of game. They want to be in your face. They want to make them force turnovers, be uncomfortable. And right now, that's exactly what the Hurricanes are doing.
Absolutely. Maddie Ford is able to knock down the first of the Holy City heating and air. We provide solutions for every season. Maddie Ford already with 20. Nope, excuse me. My math's wrong. Who would have thunked it? At 16. I'm doing tally marks over here as Cooper Kowalski's going to pick up his first foul of the evening.
I know a lot of people think we're as good as ESPN broadcast where we got the live stats coming at us. No, we're solo dolo over here on the side. So.
I don't know, man. I just got my public school education's failing me a bit tonight. I got to count a little bit cleaner. I think I'm just so excited to play.
I was going to say.
The backcourt of First Baptist. I'm still thinking about that big-time dunk.
I was going to say.
Mike Jones misses that free throw and a strong rebound from Jaden Morrison.
Jack's over here just wishing he could lace them up again. And
I got these loafers on, just pretending like I'm Cooper Kowalski. You've seen Maddie Ford start to pick apart this little 2-3. Kowalski from the elbow, so clean. He's able to knock down that shot, Natalie. This First Baptist team is going to be really tough to beat.
And that is textbook how you break down a 2-3 zone.
Absolutely. Jonathan Slauson does a great job penetrating there. They're going to find him on the outside. Can he knock down his first three of the night? Yes, he can. Slauson, that's a big one, his first three. We mentioned it, the freshman comes from a super talented basketball family. He's just as talented himself, the electric freshmen are, averaging 7 points per game tonight. Coach Hitson mentioned now he's really earned his playing time.
Yeah, him and Jaden Alexander, two freshmen that have already racked up several minutes for this team, just both dynamic players. They kind of emulate each other where they're both super athletic. They can shoot, they can defend. It's going to be great to see where their high school careers land them when they're seniors, Jack.
Yeah, absolutely. Maddie Ford is charged with foul. We're going to take a look at the Cruz Chevrolet replay now. Here's the 2-3 breakdown you were talking about.
Yeah, let's take a look. Just some quick passes because you got to be so quick in a 2-3 zone, especially when you know the team that you're defending can knock down three-pointers. So some quick back and forth passes, move that ball inside, outside, and Cooper Kowalski able to finish it off with 2.
About 16 for Maddie Ford already, 10 for Cooper Kowalski. So much love praised on the backcourt as Fishburne's got 6 in himself. It's 20 points in your backcourt, but Cooper Kowalski's going to give you 10 every night. God, they can just beat you from so many different levels on the floor. As Jonathan Slauson able to knock down the first of the Holy City Heating and Air free throws. Like we mentioned, I jinxed them. That is a typical broadcaster.
Come on, Jack.
Slauson, give that one to me. That's on me, big guy. You see those West Shore home points. Z Heath unable to knock it down. As First Baptist going to start moving the rock again. Uh-oh, trying to get on the action. Jordan Ramey, the freshman, unable to get it go, but on cleanup duty. It's Jaden Morrison. He's got 4. 2 big West Shore home points there.
And that's a guy you just can't take off the floor. He's one that can play all 5 spots, defends like it's his top priority there on the floor. And yeah, playing cleanup duty and playing it well, Jack. Let's go take a look. Off the rebound, and it looks like Z Heath is there to clean it up, but here comes I lost his number.
That's all good.
You know what I'm talking about.
I didn't forget it, because number 5,
this game's
Morrison,
moving too fast.
to Tay Robinson, the corner 3, corner pocket. Tay Robinson with 8 already this evening. God, everyone's getting in on the fun for First Baptist. It's Pinewood trying to find an answer. Look to maybe find a big fella. Z Heath, 6'4", 210. Haven't said his name quite often, but boy, is he a force down low. How about the corner 3? Got it. How about Jaden Alexander? You mentioned him, Natalie, the freshman. That's a big one there to cut the lead to 21. First Baptist. Their entire starting lineup nearly in double digits. They're going to head to halftime with a 46-25 lead. As this game, my TV Charleston's High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet, has been nothing but excitement. We've seen a lot of it in big fella Thomas Robinson, but a lot of Maddie Ford. Doug Fishburne on the other side has got First Baptist out to a commanding 46-25 lead. As we're going to head to halftime, we'll see you when we get back. Yes, he is. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, I'll do it.
You're going to come right here, sir. Sorry. Yep.
It's a tight squeeze.
I know. Yeah, 10 seconds.
This side.
There you go.
Thanks. Where am I looking at?
All right, welcome back. We've got second half action coming at you very soon. Right now, Pinewood 25, First Baptist 46. But here with me on the sideline, Natalie Spalla, joined by head of the school here at Pinewood Prep. This is Dr. Dan Seaton. And Doctor, how are you doing here tonight? Thanks for joining us.
I'd be doing better if we can get a couple more, balls in the hoop here. But second half is going to be super competitive. It's a great atmosphere here. We got the blue crew going. It's kind of a party atmosphere, and it's a fun time to be part of the Panther family.
I was just going to say the atmosphere in here is great. One of the smaller gyms across the Low Country, but I like that about this place. Keeps everyone close, keeps everything loud. What do nights like this mean to you?
Yeah, there's a sense of intimacy. This place, so many schools now really talk about buzzwords like family and community, and for us it's very real. I mean, you look around and you see legacies everywhere and siblings running around having a great time in a small, safe, healthy environment. And that's really important to me, and as part of the Pinewood experience, it's really important.
Well, talking about legacy,
yes.
No man perhaps exemplifies that more than your head coach over here at Pinewood Prep. What does he mean to this program, Pat Idson?
Natalie, when it's all said and done, dust settles, he's going to be the GOAT. I mean, excellent coach, even better human being. That's a molder of men right there. And it's so much more than wins or X's and O's for him. It's about developing young men of substance and character. We really built our athletic program on the backs of Pat Edson and the basketball team. We didn't even used to have football. And then fast forward to 2023, I should say, we have a $1 million turf field, the only turf field in the entire SCISA Independent School Association, build a multi-million-dollar athletic center. I mean, we're taking athletics to a whole nother level.
And what does it mean for Pinewood Prep to be really a part of this Low Country community? What do you want people to know about this school and what's going on
here?
here?
I got to tell you, watch out. Big things are happening here. We have a growth strategy, and we're growing in all the right ways and thriving with 705 students, pre-K 3 through 12th grade. And again, we're finding and attracting all the right families that want to be part of something special.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us here at halftime. Head of school, Dr. Dan Seaton. We have so much more basketball to get to here today. Second half action coming your way in just a few minutes. Stay with us. I hope I said your last name right. I meant to ask you if I didn't. What? Was I wrong? Sidon. Dang it. I'm so sorry.
I hope I didn't blow it.
No, that was perfect. No, I could not have asked anything more.
Oh, okay. All right.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry about your name.
Oh, my God.
Welcome back courtside. Pinewood Prep First Baptist. The Hurricanes on top, 46-25. And it's time to take a look at the guys that, exemplify what it means to be a student athlete. Jack, who do you got for us here tonight?
Absolutely, as we give a huge shout out to David A. Orloff for their Friday night rival Scholar Athlete of the Week. We're going to take a look at first, Jaden Morrison. Saw him on the court. He's the senior, the two-sport athlete. But how about that GPA? It's a 4.23 GPA over there at First Baptist High School. Last year, 2018-2019 Region Player of the Year in the Low Country at First Baptist. Last year, he's an all-region basketball player, an all-region football player again this year. He does it all for First Baptist. But a 4.23 in the Low Country. Outside of that, his community involvement, works with creative dance groups in the area. He goes and does a lot of volunteer work at his Presbyterian church. Shout out to Jaden Morrison. Shout out to that incredible student athlete who's going to do incredibly special things at the next level. He's this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week for First Baptist High School. And for the host Pinewood Prep School. It's going to be the big fella, Thomas Robertson. Natalie, we saw this in the interview and work week this once we did our homework. I didn't know a GPA could go that high. A 5.193 GPA. We've talked about all the accolades when it comes to Thomas Robinson. He's an all-region player. He's an all-state SCISA player. I mean, when you average 14 and 9 on the hardwood, but how about that 5.1 GPA? We've been told by everyone here in the Low Country, especially here at the host Pinewood tonight, he's an incredible young man. He's going to Vanderbilt next year on an all-ride, full scholarship for his academics. Yeah, he can continue to chase the dream, but he's got lofty academic goals for himself. So shout out to you, Mr. Thomas Robinson. This week's Scholar Athlete Week brought to you by David Ayler Office. A true thanks and shout out to David Ayler, who has brought thousands of dollars to high school athletes in the area. Thank you to David Ayler Office again for this week's Scholar Athletes of the Week. And on behalf of Jack Longshot, now he's probably sitting courtside. It's my TV Charleston High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet.
Interview at the end, a IFB thing that I stick this in the box for the IFB. Chris, do you know what I'm talking about? Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be real brief about this one. Perfect. That's awesome. Okay, awesome. Perfect. And then 4. Awesome. Thank you, Vince. Vince, I heard you were doing bowling before this. How'd it go, man? Heck yeah, that's awesome. This one's going fast. A lot of tempo. Welcome back into my TV Charleston High School Hoop, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Take a look at some of the first half stars of the evening, Natalie. It was a whole lot of Maddie Ford, but on that Pinewood side, boy, did Michael Jones have himself one heck of a first half. Yeah, he's the one that's really kept them alive with that three-point shooting. And, of course, on the other side, First Baptist, you know, we've talked about him all night long, Maddie Ford, but wow, he has got a great supporting cast, a lot of guys that make him look as good as he does. It's going to be an exciting second half, I've got a feeling. Make sure you come back, stay tuned. It's First Baptist 46, Pinewood 26, and brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet. Was it really? How did you land? Welcome back into My TV Charleston's High School Hoops Game of the Week, driven by Cruz Chevrolet on Rivers. You've got a friend of the car business. Jack DeLongshall sitting courtside with Natalie Spowler. Natalie, in that first half, it just felt like Pinewood had no answers for First Baptist. Honestly, played pretty good defense, but First Baptist knocked out almost, it felt like everything that they shot.
I think so too. Yeah, they really have control of this game and really got control of it from the jump. And we knew that was going to kind of be the case. Pinewood is more of a team that we had mentioned, of course, in the first half, slows down, kind of is more reactive to what they are dealing with. But when you set a pace like First Baptist, when it's in your face, make you uncomfortable, make you do things you're not accustomed to doing, then that's a recipe for success if you're First Baptist, not so much if you're Pinewood.
Absolutely. And if you're a total stat junkie like Natalie and I are, our stats for the first half brought to you by David Ayler Law Office, is client-focused and community-driven injury firm. We talked about Maddie Ford's got 16 on the evening, Cooper Kowalski with 10. Tay Robinson with 8, Jaden Morrison with 4, Dub Fishburne with a quiet 6 on his end. I mean, that's really dispersed scoring. Did you see the big foul? Stop it. Wow. 4 threes. He's going to go dunk on you, too. Are you kidding me? They drew it up, and they found it. How about this replay? Take a look,
I've got
man.
no words for that one. The silent assassin coming from the baseline, Maddie Ford. Hello.
Oh, Pinewood a little shaken up. Jaden Morrison stoked for the big guys. We take a look back at the replay here. How about this one?
Yeah, we got to run it back with the baseline shot. Maddie Ford, get up. We got to take it from all different angles because that is just a beautiful way to start that second half.
On top of the big fella, Thomas Robertson, you just kind of see him lurking in the shadows. There he is. We mentioned he's a high-level athlete. You've seen the shot. He displays the athleticism. There is Z. Heath. Runs right over Jaden Morrison. Morrison draws the charge, and Natalie, I know I've said it before, the alley-oop is good. But is the charge the most electric play in basketball?
100%. 100%. You see it right there on his face as he gets up from that charge. Well done. And, Jack, I want to say, the first few minutes of this half, the most important, especially if you're Pinewood Prep. You're the ones that need to get out in front of this and set the tone. But right now it's been all First Baptist. And, of course, coming out of the gates with that electric dunk.
Absolutely.
Let's see if they can respond. And there we go.
On cue, Natalie. Talked into the resistance. Michael Jones with a really nice one-dribble jumper pull-up. Fishburne unable to get it go. Robinson corrals the rebound. But it's a no display. Jaden Morrison all over it. He's going to get charged with the foul there as he's wrestling for the ball.
Yeah, we needed a response from this Pinewood Prep team, and there you go. Michael Jones says, no, you're not going to step up, then good. I'll finish it off with the bucket.
Absolutely. See it, Johnny Jacobs pulling the ball up. You mentioned he's a guy to watch in the first half. He's a really stud player, but I have been so impressed by Michael Jones this evening. Calm, cool, collected, the 6'4" guard. He's got the ability to score from multiple levels. Very comfortable shooting on the outside, but now he showed there that he's got that mid-range game.
Yeah, and that's something you love to see. A lot of the time you see three-point shooters, they live and die by that three-point line. But if you've got a guy that's smart with it, who's got a beautiful stroke from behind the arc, but then knows when to take a few dribbles inside the paint, make your chances of making a shot go up a little bit, then he's just such a smart player, and you love to see that.
Absolutely. He's been able to knock down both of those Will Lou Gray Opportunity School free throws, a rich tradition of individualized learning. That's 10 for Michael Jones. Again, the sweet stroke has been on display as he's got double digits already. But to no avail. First Baptist responds, and it's Tay Robinson. How about 11 for Tay Robinson? A really quiet 11. He's not dunking on anybody, but the stretch four's got 2 threes already this evening.
Yeah, that's a guy you don't want to leave open on the three.
Oh, how about the pass from Fishburne? Maddie Ford tries to do it to you again. Stop it. We said, hey, Coach Saunders, you're trying to get him to start playing off the 2 feet, but if you can jump off of 1, why play off 2?
And what a pass from his guy, Dub Fishburne. Oh, gosh. This place might have been blown the top off of if he had laid that on.
And I'd have helped him do it. And I got to tell you, when we go back at that replay, Ford comes up a little shaken as he looks to knock down some Will Lou Gray free throws. I think Z Heath actually may have blocked that clean. He gets him with the body of it, but I think he may have pinned this as we take another look.
Yeah, let's take a look. You know,
I think he pins it now.
I think you're right. I mean, we're not here to play judge, jury, executioner. We see what we say, or say what we see.
Absolutely.
And, you know, that was questionable, we'll say.
Absolutely. Want to give shout out to Z Heath. Again, it's a 6'4", 210-pound body getting up off the floor. He can really elevate as well as Maddie Ford. But Ford is able to only knock down 1 or 2 free throws, extending his point total to 19 of the night. As Johnny Jacobs able to drive the lane, and he's going to draw himself foul as he heads to the line. I think they're going to have that foul on, I believe it's going to be who? Going to get it on, I think they may have gotten it on Tay Robinson. I saw 15, but I don't think he was anywhere near the play now.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. But I love the attack
Absolutely.
by Jacob Zell. Points aren't coming easy for this team tonight, and credit First Baptist to that. But if you got a chance, you see a lane, take it. Get yourself to that free throw line.
Absolutely. See Tay Robinson checking out. You see Dane Jr. check in as Jacob Zell unable to knock down either free throw. Wishes he could have those back. Brought to you by Will Lou Grays. It's Del Fishman in transition. Maddie Ford is going to slow things down. God, look at it. He's just so skilled with the rock in his hand. How about the turn, get to the shoulder. Kowalski unable to get the go, and a nice rebound from Troy Danridge. Danridge out in transition. It's the big fella, Z Heath. They're going to say that Jaden Morrison didn't have the feet set. It's going to be a blocking charge on him. Morrison's third of the night to send Heath to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think that's the right call.
It's the Rex Chapman Twitter question of the evening, Adam. Block or charge? What you got?
I'm thinking block that time. I think Z Heath was smart to draw that foul, get yourself to the free throw line, get some points on the board. That's what we want to see from the Panthers right now.
Absolutely. Heath heads to the free throw line, looking to knock down some Will Lou Gray free throws. They mentioned Heath. Heath is a guy that is arguably their best defensive rebounder. He's averaging 4 rebounds per game. All of them really coming on the defensive side. But he's also averaging 6 points per game. Coach Hitson had mentioned he's a really big body. He's coming back off of an injury, but he's really starting to find his motor. He's a really big piece, looking forward moving on into conference play. See a nice pass from Kowalski to 4-4. You know what, Natalie? It's his ability to stop and slow, speed things up. God, he's just such a shifty guard. He's got 21 already.
Just on ice skates, it looks like. You know, he's just makes it kind of like a dance move sometimes. And gosh,
you can see a stutter step to try to line that one up. We're going to take a look back. Look at it.
I mean, just a flashy guy, but like, it's not like flashy where it's bad, that it's like, why are you doing that when it's unnecessary? It's like he makes the smart moves, and then boy, whew, that was a close one too.
They're doing their best to put Z Heath on a poster, but Z Heath, a really stellar athlete, won't let him, but he does draw the foul. I believe it's his 4th on the evening as Jaden Morrison knocks down his first Will Lou Gray free throw. That's 5 for Jaden Morrison. You mentioned, Natalie, Morrison's got 6. There's a lot of guys on this team that can score, but what Coach Saunders has been able to do is get his team to buy into being a role-oriented basketball club. These guys are really buying in, and for a guy like Jaden Morrison, he knows that he's a defensive stopper, but he doesn't know which night it could be his to be the go-to scorer as well.
Yeah, and it's great for this team that has so much depth because everyone's been able to get minutes every game so far this year, and a great play there from the Panthers with Thomas Robertson laying it in. But back to this First Baptist team, is Saunders pretty blankly said it. Look, if we get tired, we've got guys come in to relieve those players, and it's really that repeated cycle where when you play a pace like this, where you get tired by just watching them over here on the sideline like Jack and I, then it helps to have guys like that as Dame Jr. knocking down the 3-ball.
Again, you mentioned it. It's the penetration. The defense crashes. All the attention to Maddie Ford. And it's another man up for First Baptist. Dame Jr., that's a big 3. And his 5th point of the night for the young sophomore. Oh, how about the move from Jonathan Slauson? Unable to get it to go on a big rebound from Kowalski. But we mentioned Dame Jr. You see him here in the corner again. A really nice find to Jaden Morrison. But the young sophomore, what a better backcourt to learn if you're Dame Jr. Slauson again. We mentioned it. Slauson, that's his 6th of the evening. Those are 2 huge low country cross base fast break points as he hits him with another really nice spin move. He's able to get that one to fall as Coach Saunders going to get a timeout here with just 3:31 to go. First Baptist leads 59-34. Now it's been an electric one as we head to our first media timeout here in the second half. Cruz Chevrolet and Rivers. You got a friend in the car business. Well, you're wearing purple tonight. You got a friend in Coach Antoine Saunders, because Natalie, he mentioned a big 14-3 start. They went and played a really tough out-of-region schedule to get ready for these type of moments. You mentioned how difficult this region is, but he also mentioned the importance of making sure you're in rhythm by the time you get to that SCISA championship.
Wow.
Talk about being in rhythm.
I was going to say.
There's Doug Fishburne. He's got 9 in the evening. That's his second 3, but now the importance, especially at the SCISA level, where the playoffs are a little bit different than the rest of South Carolina's playoff schedule, where they play 3 games in 6 days in order to win it. As Michael Jones, a big response on the other end. That's 13 for him in his third 3 of the night.
They're making it hard for us to get some words in. They're just back and forth with the highlights
The
now.
junior's been so impressive, Michael Jones.
So
to be able to
impressive.
score at all 3 levels of the floor. But to First Baptist,
Yes.
3 games in 6 days, how important it is to be in rhythm. As we see Maddie Ford in rhythm, as that 3 comes off long.
Yeah, and I know that's really essentially across the board for a lot of the coaches in these areas when they want to take those tough non-conference games. You see them across the state. But let's go ahead and take a look at this shot. Doug Fishburne, hold that hand up there, young man. You deserve it. But then on the other end, he's been the silencer all night. Michael Jones with a 3 of his own. He's keeping his guys relatively close in this game, Jones is. But going back to First Baptist, and really coaches across the area, we've heard this multiple times so far this year, Jack, is that a lot of these coaches, they want to play that tough out-of-conference game, those teams you don't know so much about, you can't scout them really well, to prepare your teams for games like this, games that matter, those region plays. They get you ready for the playoffs, and those are the games that are going to set you up.
3.
Yeah.
What Arden Murray, the young sophomore, the big fella, coming in with a big 3. But it's out of response from First Baptist. Those little country crawl spaces. Yeah, it's Cooper Kowalski with a chance for a 3 the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I love the kick out and the ability to knock down that shot when you need it. But then, you know, First Baptist playing spoiler tonight. Cooper Kowalski trying to make 3 the hard way.
Again, you see for Kowalski, he's got 13 tonight. But if you're watching at home, you got to think, man, the 6'7" big's got unreal touchdown low.
Yeah, what a great job to corral that ball with hands flying everywhere. Strong play.
Oh, how about the play by Matt Powers on the backside? A really nice play from Powers to snatch it and dig down on Thomas Robinson, who thought he'd have an easy 2. They're going to say that Powers traveled with it after he stole it, and then it's going to be Michael Jones inbounding underneath the Pinewood basket. Finds Slauson. They're going to go to the big fella down low. A little inside-outside. Slauson from deep. Yeah, he's got an answer. Freshman, not playing like a freshman, that's for sure now. He's got 9 already.
You know, it's a little bit frustrating if you're Pinewood to not even have a second to celebrate a bucket because, you know, guys like Maddie Ford just, they don't let you.
They don't let you, and you see the neon in that corner there. Every time they've got something to cheer about, it feels like Maddie Ford, Cooper Kowalski got something to say about it as Mac Powers coming in and playing some really tough minutes for him here in the third. Four, up to 23 points with just 1:30 to go here in the third quarter. How about a little breakaway for Drew Kuba? The sophomore tries to line one up. He's going to be fouled by Thomas Robinson. A good foul by Robinson to prevent an easy 2 on that fast break brought to you by Low Country Crawl Spaces.
Yeah, just a strong play by the sophomore.
I got to tell you, Natalie, Natalie's our former collegiate player. She knows the game as well as anybody in the area. When you see a young guy like Drew Kuba, the sophomore, on a wide open fast break, when he starts to line the feet up like that, I was like, he's going for it. He's lining up his first career high school dunk. You could see the bench kind of energy rise with him. And Thomas Robinson does a good job getting back and fouling. Kuba unable to knock down the second of the Will Luque free throws as Pinewood a little sloppy within the top of the key. And it's Maddie Ford in transition again. Looks like maybe a pass. Preston Landers with it. How about C. Heath on the other end? Oh my goodness! C. Heath with the loudest 2 West Shore points. The paint for Pinewood, and he's got this place rocking. 6'4", 210 shouldn't get up off the ground like that. Z Heath brought the building down with him.
What? My mouth is still on the floor after that one.
4, and then we'll get the 3 to go, and Pinewood's got some momentum. They're going to be wrapped up, and they're going to get a jump ball at the middle of that court. But now we're going to take another look at this big Z Heath.
Yeah, we got to take a look at this. Get some air, young man. What? The crowd was cheering before he had even gotten off the ground, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say this young man has done this before, but wow. To see it here in person, something special.
Wow. Z Heath, the two-hand flush. As Maddie Ford is going to be fouled by Jonathan Slauson at the top of the key. Pinewood a little upset that there was a foul called there and a jump ball in the possession before. They might have something to argue about, but it's Maddie Ford. The ball in his hand to try to slow the momentum. It's a 22-point lead, but anything can happen here in Pat Itson Arena. As First Baptist looks to maybe hold for the last shot, he's going to be pressured. Fouled by Arden Murray. As you can see, Murray upset with the call. His first of the night.
Yeah, some discrepancies about fouls versus jump balls. I know it's tough to call those because you want the guys to play, of course, but of course you want it to be safe and fair.
See Maddie Ford has already got 23 tonight, looking to knock down some more of those Will Lugray free throws. As First Baptist is in the bonus, and he's able to do so. Knocks down the first. That's 24 for the senior. A lot of college interest. Told by Coach Saunders some Big Ten interest, actually, Natalie, as well. Some coaches in the building tonight as Maddie Ford is able to knock down the next. And yeah, that's 24 for 4. He's got a deal feeling stoked as First Baptist leads 69-45 with just 25 to go in the third quarter. Pinewood looking for a big basket heading into the fourth. Oh, nice find from Mike Jones. It's Arden Murray unable to get it to fall. Thomas Robinson can't get it. Drew Kuba to Del Fishburne in transition. The nice no-look pass. Are you kidding me? Ty Washington with his first 2 points tonight. They were sweet, but an even better pass from Del Fishburne as we're going to get some fun here at the end of the quarter. Mike Jones from half court. It's Mike Jones, y'all. Mike Jones almost with some electric atmosphere type stuff. Boy, Natalie, it felt like we couldn't get settled here in the third quarter. A lot of fun from both sides. It's 69-45 here at the end of the third quarter. My team, Charleston, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Welcome back into my TV Charleston's Game of the Week. Coach School Hoops driven by Cruz Chevrolet on Rivers. You got a friend of the car business as we take a good look at the legendary Coach Pat Itson. Eclipsed over 900 wins this year, but he's been here at Pinewood Prep's infancies. He's been a guy that's been absolutely integral as we see a steal on a basket the other way for Ty Washington. Coach Itson, a guy that's been here since the beginning and infancy of this program. even coached 13 years of volleyball here at Pinewood, where he coached his daughter. He coached his son, Chuck Itson, who was a McDonald All-American, played professionally overseas. This is a family legacy here at Pinewood Prep. And on behalf of high school hoops driven by Cruz Chevrolet, it's been an honor to be in the presence of some greatness tonight, Natalie.
I think so, too. It's been great, and we talked to the head of the school, Dr. Dan Seiden, at halftime, and he just couldn't have enough great things to say about this program that has been built really on the back of Pat Idson and really what it's become over these last 34 years. He was the school's first athletic director, served in that capacity for 12 years. So he really got this place up and running. And I know from talking to the head of the school, Dan Seiden, he is just so excited to see where this program goes.
Absolutely. Multiple state championships, state championships in its past, but talk about a guy that's really building a program for its future. Coach Saunders had mentioned, there are teams that win. There are teams that build programs and futures, and that's what Pinewood's been able to do. And Coach Saunders has been able to do an incredible job of that in himself over at First Baptist, as we've seen his guys, both these teams, got to fight to the end, regardless of the scores. First Baptist leads 75-45. Tay Robinson pinned by Jonathan Slauson. Cleanup duty from Jaden Morrison, though. That's his 8th of the night. Boy, it's getting slippery out here, folks.
I was going to say.
Those 2 loud West Shore home points in the paint.
We might need to grab the mop.
Absolutely. Slauson, a nice cross-court pass. Finds Z Heath at the top of it. Unable to get it, as they're going to get Troy Dandridge a little bit of a foul. As it's starting to get chippy here late, folks. Dandridge and Tay Robinson got into a little bit of a tussle there. They're going to get Dandridge on the foul.
Yeah, this is a time you want to keep emotions in check on both sides. Doesn't matter if you're up 30 or down 30.
You see a little bit off the back iron.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know. It just looks, some ice on this floor, it looks like. We may need to, I don't know, because then we saw it on the opposite end here, too. Slipping and sliding.
Tay Robinson hit the dirt again, as he's able to knock down the first of the Holy City hitting and air free throws. We provide solutions for every season. We might need to find a solution for the bottom of Tay Robinson's shoes, though, as he slipped and fallen twice both times up before us. He's got 12 tonight, though. Nothing to scoff at. He's had a great evening to stretch forward. Playing great defense at the top of the key is Slauson. A nice backdoor cut. Ooh. It looked like Z Heath couldn't decide whether he wanted to dunk it or lay it in. He misses it. Preston Landers with a nice rebound.
We're going to get a jump ball there.
Ball and head the other way. We get a replay out. It looked like Z Heath was like, should I do it? Should I throw it down? Should I get the people going again?
I think he wanted the dunk, but knew the layup was easy.
Absolutely. Thomas Robinson unable to get it to fall. And you see those two wrapped
they're
up.
fighting till the end.
Guys. Preston Landers, a senior, 6'7", 185 pounds. A really big kid, can get up off the ground. Love to see him fighting after those rebounds. See Jordan Raymond losing the ball there. It's Pinewood, brought up by a Johnny Jacobs, looking for a basket to cut the lead to under 30. Well, Jonathan Slauson from deep, unable to get it to go, but the putback from Andrew Brown. He's the captain of this team, Andrew Brown. Senior leader. Voice holds a huge weight in that Pinewood locker room. His first 2 of the night. Ty Washington. Little penetration, great kick. Dame Jr. unable to get it to go.
Yeah, I want to go back to senior Andrew Brown over there on Pinewood Prep, because this is a guy that leads by example and has been dealing with a little bit of adversity this year. He used to start, no longer the case, but head coach Pat Idson says he has handled that with so much grace, and that young man has earned his respect.
Absolutely, and still giving Pinewood great minutes, as you're going to see Mike Jones in the corner, unable to get it going. It's Thomas Robinson fighting for the rebound, and he's going to head to the line to knock down some Holy City hitting and air free throws. You can see the big fella just getting everything that he's got tonight, despite the scoreboard. Thomas Robertson, the big fella we mentioned, he was our scholar athlete. He was our player to watch. I mean, there's a reason this guy's averaging 14 and 9. He leads by example, on and off the floor.
He's had to work since this game began, and it's tough when you go up against teams like First Baptist because he's dealt with multiple people in the paint, whether that was Cooper Kowalski, whether that was Preston Landreth right now, or some other post players who are able to get in. They have fresh legs. They're able to give them and give Robertson 100% effort, and hats off to Robertson because he's dealt with it beautifully tonight.
Absolutely. Robertson's got 11 already, well on pace for the 14 that he averages. So he looks down to knock down some Holy City eating an air free throws, and he's going to miss the first off the back iron. But, you know, now this is kind of the point of the game, 78-47 with just 5:42 to go. You see Coach Itzen, every game is a learning opportunity. He's going to learn a lot about his team in the last 5 minutes of this one.
And, yeah, this team's going to learn a lot about themselves, too.
Dame Jr. explosive to basket, but blocked by a Johnny Jacobs. Pinewood heading the other way. They're going to find Andrew Brown the corner. Nice dribble, dash, kick to the corner. Floater, unable to go. Robertson starting to wear down on these younger First Baptist bigs, and he's heading back to the line. You see there, they're going to get that foul on the junior, Liam Kay.
You can start to see it on these faces of these Pinewood players. They've worked so hard all night long. They have not let up one bit here tonight.
0 for 2 on the last trip. He's able to knock down the first. A lot of touch from the big fella. He expects to make as many as possible. You see Coach Antoine Saunders there thinking about how he wants to play his fourth quarter. They got a big-time matchup tomorrow with an out-of-state team, so maybe it's been the last of the evening for the likes of Maddie Ford and Cooper Kowalski. Ford with potentially a possibility to go for a career high. He's already got 25 tonight. You know he's itching and clawing to get back in this one.
Of course he is, and as every great player like him acts.
Oh, how about the back door? Johnny Jacobs trying to get on the alley-oop action. Unable to get it to go. Jonathan Slauson give him a lot of credit. That pass just a little bit too high for Jacobs, but there again.
You know,
Thomas
the thought
Robinson
was there. Execution, pretty darn good, not going to lie. Just maybe a little bit of a timing issue on that one.
I got to tell you, I think Jacobs was looking down into the rim there. A little bit of a lower pass from Slauson, and he's throwing it down. But you know what? I think Slauson's going to head in the locker room and go, hey, by the way, man, I thought you could jump that high. Go get it next time on. A little friendly love between the senior and freshman. Robinson unable to knock down either of the Holy City heating and air free throws, and it's Dame Jr. in transition again. Junior, just a sophomore, but has 5 points tonight. And you can see why Coach Saunders is so high on the sophomore. Junior, a cross-court pass. First Baptist looking to break down the 2-3, and going to really try to look to find the best shot available.
Yeah, what I love about this First Baptist team is really their ability to see the floor. It's never erratic passes back and forth. It's a pass, let's see what my options are, and then if I need to kick it to either side, then so be it. But they always look to get that ball inside.
Really nice move in the post from Liam Kay, unable to get it go because of the big block from Thomas Robertson. But it's Pinewood, unable to get it go, and First Baptist on the run again. Johnny Jacobs thinking he wants to dunk this game. That pass just a little bit out of reach, and this game's starting to go up and down, getting a little sloppy. Ooh, nice little up and under. Drew Kuba.
Body's on the floor.
This is a little bit of a sloppy one. I think both teams were looking for a whistle to try to reset
things. I think so, yeah. I think a little bit.
These are going to get a foul underneath. And, folks, we're going to take our last media timeout of the evening. Coach Saunders, yeah, he knew it. 3:41 to go. First Baptist with a commanding 78-48 lead. Make sure to come back and check us with just 4 to go here from First Baptist and Pinewood High School.
Check, check, check. You got me on this one. Thank you. Oh, I turned it off. Do you want me to keep it on? Okay, cool.
And welcome back to My TV Charleston's High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. It's been a really fun one this evening. First Baptist has been putting on a show with Pinewood Prep. You can see there's a lot of talent there, but Natalie, talk about talent, there's a lot of it on the upcoming schedule. Next week, make sure you tune in at 7:30, My TV Charleston. It's going to be Goose Creek at Cane Bay. That's a top 10 matchup in the 5A state of Charleston. A lot of athleticism. Saw Goose Creek earlier in the year. But make sure to tune in February 10th. Lucy Beckham in its third year. This is going to be their first senior night in the history of its program, taking on Colleton County at the 4A level. It's a big game to see who's going to win Region 7 at the 4A level. Two huge games coming up on the slate, Natalie.
Yeah, we're excited, and it's hard to believe we're already on the back half of our broadcast season. These weeks go by too quickly, Jack.
Absolutely. We thank all of our proud sponsors, our incredible crew and staff that are able to put on these games and give these young student athletes the opportunity to play on TV. And God, we've got the easy job. We get to just sit here and brag on them.
I was going to say, yeah, front row seat to all the action, and talk about action tonight. No shortage of it.
Absolutely. Nice putback. Drew Kuba, Preston Landreth, unable to get it to go, the senior. Really nice play there. You saw earlier in the game. Try to put down a big dunk. So he's going to head back to the free throw line to knock down some more. Holy City hitting an air free throws as First Baptist leads 78-49 with just 3 to go. You know, now, again, an awesome learning opportunity for Pinewood. You can see there's a lot of talent with the legendary Coach Itson on its sidelines. You know they'll bounce back better than ever, but boy, has First Baptist lived up to the hype tonight.
100%, and we had a feeling they would. Yeah, we're excited for the future of this Pinewood team. Pat Idson also excited. He's showing no sign of giving this coaching position up anytime soon, and as he should. So much excitement, though, in his young players. He tells us that he is ready for the future, and he knows this program will be in good hands moving forward. But yeah, First Baptist, Jack, I mean, it's hard to point out things that they've done wrong or poorly tonight, because I'm sure as heck not seeing that much.
Absolutely. As we saw on the other end, Mike Jones, he's got 16 tonight. He wants another one. Back-to-back threes. A little bit of a heat check there. Good look, but on the other end, we want to shout out, how about Trey Arena, the senior checking in for Pinewood. A really nice big boy rebound on the other end. Strong. Kept it at the chin. Corral that basket for Pinewood. He's feeling himself. How about Slauson? His turn to give it a try. Unable to get it to go, and Jalen Alexander fights for it in the corner, and he's going to be charged with a foul. I love to see it, though. These freshmen fighting their tails off here at the end of the game. Doesn't matter the score. They're going to absolutely fight their tails off, fight for some playing time, as this one seems to be out of reach.
Yeah, well, these are the opportunities where you get better, and it's sometimes you look at a scoreboard like this and you think, how? Why? But these are the opportunities where adversity is front and center, and how you respond to it, that teaches you so much going forward.
Absolutely. Moving forward, you got to think that Mike Jones is going to be an absolute crucial point in this offense. We mentioned he's averaging 14.2 a night, but guys, at 16 tonight, he's heading to the line to look to make it 18 to knock down some Holy City heating air free throws. Now, his three-point ability has been very evident, but what have you liked to see off him off the dribble?
You know, we mentioned it earlier, of course, the whole aspect of shooting the three, but I think just his basketball IQ is just wonderful. He knows when to do what in what situation, whether that's to pass, whether that's to take a few feet inside that three-point line where he is most comfortable from, it appears, but take a shot that makes the most sense in that given situation. So just a super smart player. It's been fun watching him tonight.
Absolutely. Michael Jones is going to check out. Checks out with 18 on the evening. A really excellent ball game from him as we see Arden Murray checking in for him. And with just 2:20 to go, First Baptist, that's 7-9 to 54 lead. An opportunity for all these young guys to try to imprint and enter the box score. see a little school spirit. Shout out to the First Baptist student section tonight. Fun neon night.
And how about the band over here at Pinewood? We haven't even mentioned them, but because they've been rocking and rolling between all of our media timeouts, it's been fun and atmosphere over here in Pat Idson Gym.
Absolutely. I got an electric guitar and a drum
gonna
set.
say.
Come on. Don't touch my drum set, Pinewood Prep said this evening. Even at halftime, though, Natalie, we had a nice little dance crew out. As Arden Murray's going to head to the line to knock down some holy seating in air free throws. We provide solutions for every season. It was dance season at halftime. Pinewood Prep was on its feet for its youngsters on the floor.
Yeah, and how about the shooting? A lot of people took to the court to shoot during halftime. Jack, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I got some shots up after the dance crew. I was feeling it. Maddie Ford had 4 threes. I wanted to see if I could knock one down.
And what was the verdict on that one?
I would have gotten smoked in the horse, but it's okay. I was just feeding into the energy. How could you not?
There you go. Of course, it's hard not to.
Oh, how about the steal? Jaden Alexander showing off the athleticism. A little euro on the other end, and the floater. Freshman to freshman, unable to get it to go from Jonathan Slauson. Just a minute and a half left. And Natalie, as we were doing our interviews this week, we talked to Coach Idson. And there's a guy that's won multiple state championships. He's been it all, seen it all. Preston Landry. Stop it. That's a tough finish at the rim. Those are 2 strong West Shore home points. Big time, strong finish.
And I love the court vision right there. Landreth in the right place at the right time, but a beautiful pass from his guy, Liam Key.
Filet shows it off on the backboard. He's able to knock down the free throw. 3 the old-fashioned way. But now you mentioned Coach Idson. You know, as we finished up our interview with him, we were so insightful. It was such an honor to be able to get to talk to him a little bit. But he had mentioned, hey, you know, I think the last time that Pinewood Prep has played a game on TV was, I think it was back in 09. I think we may have been on ESPNU.
Super casual about it.
He goes, yeah, we had this guy named Milton Jennings, who, oh, by the way, was a McDonald All-American, and we played this little-known team called Oak Hill. I was like, yeah. Like, top 5 of the country, Oak Hill? He's like, yeah, I think that was the last time. We're just so appreciative for y'all to come check out Coach Idson's arena. I was like, wow, it was a really cool flex.
The casual nature that he delivered that sentence was just kind of blew us away.
Goat's got a goat, man. He's done it all. Seen it
I
all.
was going to say, been here, done that. No biggie. But, yeah, you mentioned it. Super appreciative of being one of our 6 games of our broadcast slate this year. And we always tell these coaches the pleasure is all ours.
Absolutely.
We love bragging on all these guys because they make it easy.
Absolutely. See Jordan Raymond, the freshman. He knocks down that holy city in air free throw, but you can see he's calm, cool, and collected over there. That ball game against Oak Hills for a national championship was tied 30-30 at the half. Tonight, a learning opportunity for his team. First Baptist sure as heck looks like they're ready to contend for a state championship as we're just 30 to go, and First Baptist looking to dribble it out. An 85-55 lead here with just 20 to go. An incredible performance from First Baptist. Stacked lineup led by their point guard, Maddie Ford. 25 tonight for the future college player. As First Baptist dribbles it out, a special shout out. Thanks again to all of our sponsors. David Air Office, Willow Gray, Holy City in the Air, Low Country Crossways, West Shore Home, and Cruise Chevrolet on Rivers. There's a friend of the car business. And if you're Antoine Saunders, you've got a lot of friends in purple tonight as his team takes a huge 85-55 region win. They advance to 4-0 in region, 14-3 on the season as they capture a huge lead. We're going to send it to break as now Spa will be with Coach Saunders and deliver our All-American Trophy of the evening and Player of the Game. Stay tuned to find out who that Player of the Game is, even though I think we all might have a pretty good idea who.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, go right ahead. Thank you. Congratulations. You're going to get right here, front and center.
This is not the guy you see in practice.
Can you guys hear? Okay, I can. Yeah, I got you. Oh, no, I can't. Okay, never mind.
Maddie,
Are we on
get you a free
advertising
throw.
right now? He smoked free throws. We got 30 seconds.
Welcome back to the Low Country. It's my TV Charleston's high school hoop driven by Cruz Chevrolet. A huge shout out to tonight's host team, the Pinewood Panthers and legendary Coach Itson. They've got an incredible ball club. But right now, we're going to send it down to Natalie Smollett courtside with Coach Antoine Saunders because it was his first Baptist Hurricanes who came out with a big 30-point win. Natalie, to you.
Yeah, Jack, thank you. Well, Coach, a dominating win, one where you guys really took control of this game from the jump. How would you rate your guys' performance tonight?
We played well tonight. We played very well. We shot the ball well, played defense. It was pretty solid tonight. And everybody played well.
And I wanted to mention a lot of guys got in, 11 guys. I'd like to mention, how is that depth going to help you guys down the stretch of the season?
It's just somebody's going to have a good night. Someone have a bad night, the next guy steps up. And so they work hard. It's competition in practice, but I have a lot of good players.
When it comes to offense, a great ability to move the ball inside, outside. What does it take for you guys to really make that? Is it an emphasis in practice? I'd imagine it is.
We emphasize getting the ball inside, attacking the basket. Tonight we made shots, and so it made it easy. Everything was open. We were making shots. Shot the ball well.
Tempo, also a big case scenario here tonight. You guys played with a fast, in-your-face type tempo. Is that the goal moving forward?
Yeah, that's how we play. We play 32 minutes full court. Play, you get tired, we put somebody else in and keep going.
Well, your player of the game today made it pretty easy for us today. A lot of guys got in on that stat sheet, but Maddie Ford, a special player. Yeah, let's get in front and center. A lights-out shooter, but he can do so much. What does he mean for your program?
He's a leader, one of the leaders of the team, him and Dove, and our point guard play is unbelievable. A lot of assists. They shot the ball well. He's a shy guy, but he means everything to us.
All right, well, we got him smiling ear to ear tonight, so I'm going to hand this over to him. Share that. Congrats, guys.
Well, you can see him blushing, but 25 and 7 from their star point guard is something to smile about. Maddie Ford, 25 points, 7 assists for the young man. He's going to be a special player at the next level. We would be remiss to mention, though, how about the big fella, Cooper Kowalski with 13, Jane Morrison with 8, Ty Washington with 4. I mean, the list goes on now. Jane Morrison with 8, Tay Robinson with 12 in his own. His First Baptist team is as deep as you will find in the Low Country, Natalie. On behalf of myself, Jack Longshaw, Natalie Spauer, thanks to our host team, Pinewood Prep this evening. It was a lot of those guys, but too much of the team in black and purple. Those guys were electric from the outside, from the jump.
You know, a good one. What else can we say?
We're
excited, Jack.
An electric outing. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Next week, it's going to be Goose Creek and King Bay at 7:30. That's a big top 10 matchup in the 5A Region 8 level. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure to come and check us out last time. And a huge shout out again to our sponsors. Driven by Cruz Chevrolet Rivers. You've got a friend in the cars business. We'll see y'all next week at 7:30.
Hey, thank you so much, Vince. Appreciate you, my man. It was a blast. And everybody else who can hear us, thank y'all so much for doing all you guys. You guys are the best in the business.
Thanks, everyone. It was great.